The program for this session is we will start with a keynote lecture by Karen Hallberg, who I will introduce shortly, and then a panel discussion with Martin Hellman, Brian Schmidt, myself, and Karen, and a discussion with the audience addressing the question of what can we do about this catastrophe. As many of you know, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, who control the doomsday clock, measuring how close we are to midnight when the catastrophe will happen, annihilation of the human species, perhaps, carbonization, a word I just learned. We are all reduced to carbon atoms. They've advanced it backwards and forwards over the years. Today it stands at 85 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been to midnight. This is based on the opinions of a large collection of nuclear experts, arms limitation experts, concerned scientists, and is, I believe, a very valid assessment of where we stand today. There's a war going on in Europe with the threat of the use of nuclear weapons. There was a war between two nuclear powers last year, India and Pakistan, who almost came close to unleashing a small nuclear war, only a few 100 million dead. There's a full-blown arms race that has begun among the superpowers, and there's the immediate threat of massive proliferation. At least 9 countries around the world, for very rational, logical reasons, are thinking seriously of building, if not already starting to build nuclear weapons. The US has embarked on a $2 trillion improvement of our ability to destroy the world, including the Golden Dome, a missile defense system which would be incredibly destabilizing to a stable detente. All arms control treaties have been abrogated, disappearing. The last significant one, New START, will disappear in 3 days. "60 years of arms control treaties and discussions and limitations are going down the tube. Leaders around the world, especially in my country, have threatened the abrogation of the Test Ban Treaty, so that we can start testing again nuclear weapons with all the destabilizing effects of that. The world has become multipolar. It's not just 2 superpowers, but 3 and many smaller nuclear-armed powers. The rules-based nature of the world is disappearing. International organizations are being destroyed. Autocracy is flourishing. Historically, this inevitably ends up with war, small wars or global war. For that reason, the situation is quite dire. To start us out with a brief summary of the facts, we have Karen Hallberg, a distinguished condensed matter physicist at the Belser Institute in Argentina, a friend of mine for years, and the Secretary General of the Pugwash Conference on nuclear weapons. The Pugwash, of course, is famous for its attempts and its success in bringing together Russian and American scientists during the Cold War and greatly contributing to the arms control treaties which are now being destroyed. The Pugwash Conference and its Joseph Ratbod, its originator, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1995, for their efforts. So Karen is going to update us on the current threat, and then we will proceed with a panel discussion.